The forgotten grain that turns your soil into a plant supercharger. There's a quiet hero hiding in plain sight in many gardens and fields, a survival grain so robust that it was historically relied upon in times of famine. Yet, few modern gardeners recognize its full potential, not just as a food source, but as a natural soil supercharger. Today, fellow soil sages, we're diving deep into this forgotten gem, exploring how it can transform your garden into a lush, thriving oasis, naturally. We'll not only uncover the grain's secrets but also walk you step by step through creating a fermented plant juice, or FPJ, that will have your plants flourishing like never before. Rediscovering the power of survival grains. When I first stumbled upon this grain, sorghum in particular, I was amazed by its resilience. It grows in poor soils, tolerates drought, and yet packs a punch of nutrients. Historically, communities leaned on these grains during tough seasons. But what makes them exceptional for gardeners isn't just their ability to survive, it's what they do to your soil. The leaves and tender stems are teeming with nutrients and naturally occurring microbes. When fermented into an FPJ, these compounds act like a wake-up call for soil life. They feed beneficial bacteria and fungi, stimulate root growth, and even help plants produce more vibrant leaves and fruits. Think of it as giving your garden a probiotic smoothie. It's not just feeding your plants, it's feeding the entire ecosystem below the soil surface. Harvesting your grain for maximum potency. Before you can make this magic FPJ, you need to harvest the right parts of the plant. I found that the leaves and young stems of sorghum or millet are perfect. They're softer, packed with nutrients, and easier to crush for fermentation. Timing is key. Harvest at peak growth when the leaves are fully expanded but before the plant begins flowering. This is when nutrient density is at its highest. Cleanliness matters here. Make sure to rinse off any soil or debris, as this can interfere with fermentation. Chop or crush the plant material to release the juices inside. This is where the magic begins. At this stage, you're not just preparing an FPJ. You're concentrating nature's energy into a form your soil and plants can readily absorb. Crafting the survival grain, FPJ. Now comes the part that turns ordinary leaves into liquid gold. Fermented plant juice is simple to make, but precision matters if you want consistent results. For every liter of FPJ, use a ratio of 1 part fresh plant material to 2 parts sugar to 10 parts water. For example, 100 grams of chopped sorghum leaves, 200 grams of jaggery or brown sugar, and 1 liter of water. The sugar isn't feeding your plants, it's feeding the microbes that will do the work for you. Combine the sugar and water first until fully dissolved, then add your chopped plant material. Cover the container loosely with a breathable cloth so fermentation gases can escape, and let it sit at room temperature, ideally around 20 to 25 degrees Celsius, for 3 to 5 days. Stir once daily and watch for the telltale bubbles that indicate fermentation is underway. Avoid metal containers and anything that smells off. A good FPJ should smell pleasantly sour, not rotten. Here's where the fun begins. To really see the difference this FPJ can make, I recommend a small experiment in your garden. Choose identical plants. Tomatoes, peppers, or even leafy greens work beautifully, and prepare your beds or pots with the same soil mix and sunlight exposure. Label each plant group clearly. One will receive your new sorghum FPJ, another can be a comparison FPJ from a different grain, and a third should act as your control group, receiving no FPJ. This way, you'll see, in real time, how the soil and plants respond. Consistency is key. Keep watering schedules identical and avoid adding other fertilizers during the experiment period. Fermented plant juice is versatile, and how you apply it depends on what you want to achieve. For leafy growth, a foliar spray works wonders. Dilute your FPJ at 1 to 500, that's 1 milliliter of FPJ per 500 milliliters of water, and spray it directly onto the leaves early in the morning or late in the afternoon to avoid sunburn. For root stimulation, a soil drench is more effective. Dilute at 1 to 100 or 10 milliliters of FPJ per liter of water, and pour it evenly around the base of each plant. Apply every 7 to 10 days for steady growth. I've personally seen even mature plants perk up dramatically after just 2 applications, a subtle deepening of green leaves, a strengthening of stems, and a noticeable boost in flowering and fruit set. Gardening, after all, is both art and science. Track your plants carefully, measure leaf greenness with a simple visual check, note stem thickness, and record fruit production. I like to take weekly photos. It's amazing how subtle changes become evident over a few weeks. Your observations will reveal which grain FPJ works best for your soil and plant type. Often, sorghum FPJ produces more vigorous growth, while millet FPJ might accelerate flowering in certain vegetables. Over time, you'll develop an instinct for which FPJs suit different crops and growing conditions in your garden. The reason this survival grain FPJ is so effective lies in the combination of nutrients and microbes it introduces to the soil. Unlike chemical fertilizers that feed plants directly, FPJs feed the living soil. They stimulate microbial activity, which in turn breaks down organic matter and makes nutrients more available to plants. The result? Healthier, greener leaves, stronger roots, and better overall resilience against pests and stress. It's a holistic approach. Plants thrive because the entire ecosystem beneath them thrives. This is regenerative gardening at its best: minimal input, maximum impact, and completely natural. To get the most out of your survival grain FPJ, consistency is everything. Keep a small patch of these grains growing year-round to ensure a steady supply. Experiment with different dilutions and applications. Every garden is unique, and the microbe populations in your soil will respond differently. Store excess FPJ in airtight bottles in a cool, dark place, but try to use it fresh whenever possible for maximum microbial activity. And remember, FPJ works best in tandem with other regenerative practices like mulching, composting, and crop rotation. There's a reason these survival grains were relied upon for centuries. They're not just food for people, they're food for the soil. By harvesting leaves, fermenting them into FPJ, and applying them with care, you can supercharge your garden naturally. The results are hard to ignore: greener leaves, stronger roots, and healthier, more productive plants. I encourage you to try this yourself, observe the results, and share your experiences. Your soil, your plants, and your future harvests will thank you. Remember, gardening is a journey, not a one-time task, and nature rewards curiosity, experimentation, and care. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Soil Sage Chronicles for more hands-on natural gardening wisdom. Share this with your fellow gardeners and start your journey toward a truly thriving, sustainable garden. Let's bring these forgotten grains and their soil supercharging power back into the spotlight, one garden at a time.